Hello, let's talk about solving quadratic equation using quadratic formula. As we know that quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a is not equals to 0 and a, b and c belongs to real numbers. Then we have quadratic formula, which is like we have to solve for x, let's say. So it is minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac square root divided by 2a. Here this b square minus 4ac is called determinant, and we represented with capital D. So capital D is equals to b square minus 4ac, and we get this value of ABC from this general equation. We compare the equation that is given to us with the general equation, we figure out the value of ABC and we put into this and we figure out the value of determinant. Now here we have some cases for the determinant which tells us about the nature of the roots. So nature of roots of quadratic equation is like this. We have case 1 when our discriminant, which is equals to b square minus 4ac, is greater than and equals to 0. In this case we have two real roots. The quadratic equation will have two real roots. Particular, if d is greater than 0, then the roots are distinct and real. Distinct means they're gonna have two different values of x. X is kind of like p and x is kind of like q. They can be positive and negative, right? And if d is equals to 0, so the roots gonna be equal and real. Equal means they're gonna have same value. So if I try to just show you these two things as in the form of graph, so this graph will be like this, where we can see two distinct value on the x-axis, right? And for the second one, if you just see the graph, so which is kind of it is touching the x-axis exactly at one point. So for this we can say that they have two equal values, and of course they are real values, right? Okay, there can be like anything from the real number, and as you can see this, they are lying on the x-axis, so it can be any number on the x-axis, right? Case 2, d is less than 0. So when d is less than 0, then the roots are not real. That means they doesn't exist on x-axis. If I just show you on the graph, so this is the way they look like. So here my graph doesn't touch the x-axis, but it is like kind of over that. Okay, so as you can see, it is not touching x-axis, so there is no any point on the x-axis, so that's why there is no real roots on the x-axis for this case when d is less than 0. Let's try to solve some question and see the value of d, and let us figure out the value of x also. So let's say we have a question in which 3x square plus 2x minus 8 is equals to 0. If we just compare it with the general equation ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So from here we have a is equals to 3, b is equals to 2 and c is equals to negative 8. Now we can find out the value of discriminant first of all, just to know the nature of the root, which is b square minus 4ac. We know that b is equals to 2, and c is equals to -8, and a is equals to 3. Let's put this thing into the equation and figure out the value of d. So with b square, first of all, minus 4 times a c, we're gonna be 4 minus, and minus turns are positive. These two negatives will make one positive, and we can get 96 from there. When you will solve it, you will get 100, which is of course greater than 0. That means there are gonna be two distinct and real roots, like this, distinct and real roots. Okay, now let's just figure out. We're gonna put it into the formula. The formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac square root divided by 2a. So now we know that this thing is a capital D, or the discriminant, so I'm going to replace it with the discriminant d, minus b plus minus square root of d divided by 2 times a. This is -2 plus minus root of 100 gonna be 10 divided by 6, so which is, now we have two values of x with us, so x is equals to -2 plus 10 by 6, and x is equals to -2 minus 10 by 6. When you're gonna solve it, you will get 8 by 6, and of course 4 by 3, and when you're gonna solve this, you will get -12 by 6, so this is -2. So here are the two values of x we have. X is equals to 4 by 3, and x is equals to -2. So you can see these are the two distinct values, two different values of x, and of course they are the real numbers, right? Let me just show you this on the number line. So let's say this is the quadratic equation, and it is touching at -2. So let's say this is -2, and this is 4 by 3. Okay, so this is the way we can represent the roots of the quadratic equation, and of course we can figure out the roots of the quadratic equation like this. Let's do one more question. Another question we can have is x square plus 2x is equals to 7. So let's just take 7 on the left side. Here we have x square. Here we have x square plus 2x minus 7 is equals to 0. If we compare this with the general equation, so here we have a is equals to 1, b is equals to 2, and c is equals to -7. Let's figure out the value of the discriminant. D is equals to b square minus 4ac, which is 2 square minus 4 times 1 times -7. When you're gonna solve it, you will get 4. This negative and negative will again turns are positive. 28, and 28 plus 4 is 32. Let's just put this thing into the formula. Of course this is 32. It is greater than 0, so that means again we will have real and distinct roots. Again we will have real and distinct roots. Now put this thing into the formula. X is equals to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. We can replace this thing with the discriminant as we have the value already. So -b plus minus root 32 divided by 2 times 1. X is equals to -2. So we cannot solve 32 completely because it is not a perfect square, but we can take out 4 from this, 4 root 2. So this is divided by 2. Here x is equals to -2 plus 4 root 2 by 2, and x is equals to -2 minus 4 root 2 by 2. Now we can take out 2 common from the top. So here we have negative 1 plus 2 root 2 divided by 2, and from here we can take out negative 2 common. So we have 1 plus 2 root 2 divided by 2. We can cancel out 2's, and now we have x is equals to negative 1 plus 2 root 2, and x is equals to negative outside and 1 plus 2 root 2. So these are the two values of x. Today we solve quadratic equation using quadratic formula. Hope you got the method. In case you have any doubt or question, so you can write in the comments. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe the channel.